what is it about me that keeps missing the signs?
Oh,
You get so excited and
hard-headed.
hyped. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, too hype. I see one thing and then it'd be like, oh, squirrel, and then I'm over here and I'm over there.
Squirrel.
I can't. My attention don't be. It ain't good.
So, Dre, what is the craziest thing you did for love?
I was about to cuss. I'm not gonna call her a B, but I paid this woman's rent for 6 months straight on top of my rent, and yeah, and knew she was wrong. You know what I mean? And I tried to force the what's
You thought money was gonna buy love.
No, it wasn't about love. It was I wanted to show you how much I love you type thing.
He said 6 months.
6 months, yeah, 6 months, and yeah, it was there. I thought about it afterwards, and it was like, yeah.
His cheeks turning red.
You look at you be like, you mother, boy,
Yeah.
listen, the audacity, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was always that. Once someone's buying love, I love hard, and when I love you, you know what I mean? And that's the thing, and the problem that happens behind that is when you love hard is you're looking for that in return. You know, reciprocation ain't always there. You know what I mean? And so,
Yeah,
some
and it's
people,
not.
some people take advantage of the love that you give, and it's like, you know.
Yeah, and I love real hard too. So my thing with that 7.5 year relationship, 7.5 years, 3 hours and 32 seconds.
Girl, shut up.
Listen,
Hey, you know what's
the thing with that, and loving hard is like, okay, I know he loves me. He may not be in love with me, but I got enough love for us both. Wrong. That's wrong.
I ain't got that much at all.
Wrong. It's wrong. I know the date, the time where it was like I had an out of body experience and my whole body was like, I have had enough. We were walking past each other in our hallway and I said, why are you here? Yeah. It happened. I mean, it was like something that I had to do to release myself from all of that stuff.
Right.
Get
Right.
out.
But and I will tell anybody, when you are, and we were living together, so that it was a whole thing outside of what I believed spiritually anyway. So when you're really trying to get in tune with God, he is not just going to fix one thing and leave the other undone. He is going to do a whole complete thing. And I'm telling you, it was, I remember the day, the time, the sun was shining on my back and I felt the breeze coming through the window on my left side. And I just said, why are you here?
Jeez.
And that it was it. That was it.
What happened after that?
Shut up, Dre.
Anyway,
The things we do for
That's
love.
what I'm talking about. We talking about love. What
The
happened?
things we do
What
for
happened?
love.
We on radio. What happened after that? Wait a minute.
I met this guy sitting next to me. Oh my goodness. And that's another thing too, Cam, since this is our therapy session today. When you release one thing and you heal from it, it allows you to open the door for other things that are coming.
You know what's? Let me tell you why that's true. Because I think both of our situations were right before we met each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right before we met each other. I met Cole. We actually going through that whole trial situation. Yeah. Yeah, and I claimed her when she was with this dude. Yes, I did, ladies and gentlemen. You claim what you want. Yeah, nothing. So what you won't do for love. So what I did was I claimed my wife while she was with this what you doing here guy. Yeah.
And I wasn't thinking a bit. I wasn't thinking nothing about Andre.
Her line is, boy, bye. So every time she get out the shower, I say, tell me boy, bye real quick. She said, boy, bye. It's like, yeah, you're naked, though.
Wow. Okay, so moving on. The things we do for love. Let's break down. Mar gave us an acronym for love, LOVE.
Mm-hmm.
L is to listen. O is to overlook. V is to value, and E is to encourage.
Overlook. What we overlooking?
Well, that I wanted us to break that down. What are we overlooking? Because if you go to what the definition, love is patient, love is kind, love does not keep record, it does not keep record of wrong. That means that we are to overlook. Now, it does not mean that we are not to, we can't forget and have you in a certain box. Like, okay, I forgive you. I know what you did. I might look past it, but I'm not going to trust you.
That's not total forgiveness.
In that area again.
That's not total forgiveness.
Would you let me finish?
Go ahead. Because you cut me off when I was.
And it is not total forgiveness, but I think we are all, every single one of us, in a place where we are learning to be in that space. When I first brought up the topic, I was searching through the internet, and it was, I forget where this woman was, but these two young guys robbed, shot, and killed her son. And in the courtroom, she was saying, I don't hate you. I love you. The Muslim lady, yeah. And I forgive you. And I love you because you haven't received this type of love, and that's why you are where you are right now.
Listen here, man.
And I'm going to love you while you live out your sentence, while you live out this trial, and I am going to always be here because you are now a part of my life, and I am a part of your life. I don't know if I have that much in me to do that.
I would probably have to be in that situation to test whether or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have the capacity to love like that. I think it's possible. That's a blessing on her that she's able to. Because in that type of situation, I don't know.
Because when you listen to her and she exudes it. It wasn't something that she was just talking about. She exuded it from every syllable, every word, the way she looked at him, the way she held her hands. It was just gentle. And those type of people, God is on them completely.
Yeah. Let me tell you something about that. You know, it's a trip that I think I told you a story about Reginald Denning. If you don't know Reginald Denning is the Rodney King, the guy that hit him with the brick. Mm-hmm. And he's in a wheelchair, but he forgave the guy who hit him with the brick. And I look at Gloria Pointer. If you don't know Gloria Pointer's daughter was murdered, beat to death, and she's in contact with this guy now. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to tell you something that scared the mess out of me. It's because each of those stories, even with this Muslim lady, God brought it to my attention. And I said to myself, I have to forgive like that. My prayer was, I don't want nothing happening that I have to forgive like that. But I know I can, and I know I will, because that's what we're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. And I know what the end result of it is. Mm-hmm. But it's like my fear was, man, don't be showing me that. Please don't be showing me this. Yeah. That you preparing me to say, hey, I need you.
Because she even said, my son lived out his purpose. And that purpose brought me to you because you needed me more than my son did. Like, dude.
So listen, so now when you say what you would do for love, this is out of relationship. This is a whole nother love.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother love. Man, that's my prayer.
Yeah.
That I don't have to go through that, but I don't know why.
To have somebody rob you of the most precious thing that you hold of value and hold dear to you, to just snatch it away. That's something. And you're right, Cam. And I think we have to be in that position. But the funny thing about God in life, my brother used to tell me all the time, God got jokes, and he'll put you in a situation to see what you made out of.
He a whole comedian, especially over this way.
Oh, you love me? You trust me? You really trust me? Let me check you out.
Find out.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. At 11:50.
Man, I get a pop quiz about every other minute.
12 midnight, this is what I'm going to do.
Listen. So
let's see how you do with this.
Absolutely. Yeah, so the acronym of love, listen. Mm-hmm. I think it's important to listen to the people that you love, and not
break that down.
I'm a movie buff, and I take so many lessons from movies and just quotes from movies. I was watching Avatar, this new one, the last one. Mm-hmm. And the relationship between the father and the youngest son was always rocky because he was always getting in trouble, always, doing something outside of what he was told to do or what his responsibility was. And that behavior got his brother killed. Okay. So the relationship between him and his father was always rough. There was a point in the relationship where the youngest son had to save the father in the movie. And the father turned to him and he said, "I see you." And in that movie, that was a thing because, the avatars, they didn't deal, it was love, but it was love on a higher power. And it was just like, I see you. I see everything about you. I see what you're made of. I see your faults and your weaknesses, and I get you. So when he said that to the son, I said, wow, you can't forget that. And when listening, we can't just listen to people. We have to really see who they are when we're listening to them. Because you can have people talk to you and you clearly know what they are, but they are talking something totally different than what you know that they are. You still have to see them and still take the information in and deal with them accordingly. Because we do that all day long. We put on masks and fronts all day long. All of us.
Yeah.
Every single one of us. But
especially
I think
when it comes to relationships.
Absolutely.
We're even now I'm just thinking about it in like the dating phase, right? Like no one comes as their whole vulnerable selves in dating. Like you immediately are putting on a facade of who you think this person wants you to be, right? So like you walk into, say, I'm going on a date, usually trying to put your best foot forward, right? So you're not going in there giving the honest everything about yourself. Like you hiding a certain stuff. You're ultimately being a facade. Like why do we go into dating situations like that? Like we're never open and honest right from the jump.
I was open and honest one time and I decided never to do it again because when I was, he did not want to have anything to do with me.
I did.
But that probably was for good reason, right?
And
like,
it was, and after years of thinking about it and thinking back on it, he was not good for me.
Right.
He was not. But I did it one time. Like, you know how people say when you go on your first date, you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that, you're not supposed to bring this up, you're not supposed to bring that up. But I was in my 30s and I'm like, look, I ain't got time to be playing no games. So this is who I am. This is what I want. This is what I need. And it was too much. And I think it was just too much. But when you go in being authentic, like I said, I only did it one time. And then with Andre, I think I was really, really honest with Andre, but not flat foot.
Love it.
Everything about me because I had been in that relationship for 8 years and I was really in a vulnerable spot. And I'm like, I'm not giving nobody else what I gave this guy. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing it.
And that's what the problem, like, because you didn't tell me about that corn on your pinky toe. If you'd have told me about that, you know what I mean?
First of all, I don't have corns. It gets on my nerve. Yeah, I was. But I was that way one time and never did it again. But I think in doses we have to be.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't think just throwing it all out there as soon as we meet somebody, but from the start, like your conversations have to be honest and transparent.
I believe that. That's true. Mm-hmm. That's true.
In order to have someone listen and see you, like you mentioned. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you don't know who you're getting.
Absolutely.
You gotta lay that,
and then when the two does around, you're like, wait, hold up, that wasn't what I was anticipating or expecting.
And and I think the problem too with a lot of people is that a lot of us are jumping in and out of these relationships, and we are so jacked up that we really don't want people to see who we really are. Yeah. And I'm like, you the mofos that need to be locked up in a room trying to figure your mess out. Instead of out here messing up people's lives and messing up kids' lives and oh God, I can go on and on about this.
Right.
I mean, you dirty and grimy and you still out here. Like
I got a friend that's like that. Like she will openly say, "Oh, this is on to the next one, on to the next one." I'm like, "Yo, you can't keep doing this. Like you literally are damaging people and yourself in this process. Like it's sad. It's scary too. I was like, man, just stay away from me.
I mean, because I think and I hope that in people's lives,